My name is John Randall, and I've been studying natural wellness medicine all my life since I was 20 years old. And I'm in my 50s now, so that's over 35 years. And I've had many mentors, many people to guide me along the way. I realized that if I wanted to do something profound for the world in terms of allowing people to reach their full potential by having enough energy in their life and well-being, I needed to study systems that were ancient, such as the traditional Chinese medicine, which is called TCM, or the Ayurvedic tradition from ancient India. And what I found along my way is that there are individuals that had already achieved what I wanted to achieve, which is tremendous breakthroughs in the science of wellness. And I was privileged to study with some of those people, including Dr. Trivedi and Silas Shepard Hanger in aromatherapy and so on. And more recently, in around 2004, I began being mentored by a lady who seemed to be the perfect bridge in ancient science, because she'd been studying in the jungles around the world while she worked for the United Nations for over 20 years. She bridged the ancient science with the modern science because she's a biochemist and also became a naturopathic doctor. So I've been studying sort of the nutraceutical stuff that's happened since the 60s, really only the past 30, 40 years, and the ancient stuff, and she bridged the gap perfectly. So what I want to do now is discuss a little bit about her work. Now, this doctor, Dr. Saskia Cipoletti, was sent around the world to build hospitals in remote jungle areas. And they needed cost-effective medicines. So they would use modern medicine, but often there's a limited budget. So she would use the natural medicines, which we could call the old wives' tales, as she likes to say, most of which is true. And she explained to me that she saw some amazing things happen. I mean, maybe someone was about to die from a snake bite, and certain herbs would release the poison, and she became very encouraged to go deeper into this whole area. And then what happened is she noticed that dysentery was killing children. And over a period of time, she came up with a cure for dysentery. And she would draw from simple plants such as citrus, like oranges and lemons, and those flavonoids and bioflavonoids and the vitamin C and essential oils. And in those plant extracts, she noticed that it would cure in certain combinations. It took her many years, actually 15 to 20 years, to perfect this product. And around the year 2000, she had it really perfected. And at that time, she decided to test it in preserving skincare, which it worked perfectly, and for acne. And so then, with her collaboration with her UN scientist connections, as she was beginning to retire around the year 2001, she started to do testing around the world with well-known universities on many diverse areas. And she found that this cure for dysentery that we have now named Nutra OPA, it stands for organic plant acids, could kill any fungi. That's for example, like the spores that make a mushroom, that's fungi, could kill any bacteria, whether it's on your hands or in your nose or in your, or any bacteria even on crops, or any viruses. And viruses is responsible for flus, so it had great implication to prevent flu epidemics such as avian flu. So as she went through all this research and spent all this money and all these years perfecting this product, which again we call Nutra OPA, she realized that it was something that was more profound than she had the, what can I say, ability to bring to the world. So what we decided to do is take our team, and being an individual, John Randall, and with my wife and my co-workers, we decided to make a commitment. So we went through all her research in 2005. It took us about a year to hire a couple of part-time people, and we condensed it into 2 binders. Now, elsewhere I've talked about how these organic plant acids can rejuvenate the internal system by getting rid of negative anaerobic bacteria if you only take it once a year in dropper form. And I've talked about how it can prevent flus with a nasal throat and a hand spray. And what I haven't done is really talked about the potential for industry, which it can be used for water purification, and it can be used, as I mentioned, to preserve anything, skincare, toothpaste, anything. So this is how the whole product came together. It was really a result of one woman's desire to help children stay alive from dysentery, and now the product is being used in all these diverse ways for internal medicine and for industrial applications. The industrial applications for the product are many. This product, Nutra Organic Plant Acids, as we like to call it, consists of glycerin as a base, citric acid, ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C, and table salt. And the molecule is actually bigger than, it's a complex molecule combining all these ingredients, all these natural, inexpensive ingredients. And the science behind this is great. There has to be a lot of testing. So the industrial applications include water purification, and they also include preservative. In the area of water purification, the product can be marketed in a finished product, much like a simple little dropper bottle, like something like that. And you could travel with it and put, say, a dropper full in your water. And depending on the condition of the water and how much you stir it will depend on how effective it is. If you're in a situation where, let's say you had to drink really bad water, okay, from a river where you didn't know, it looked kind of dirty, and you had to drink the water. If you put that dropper full in the water, you would want to stir it, kind of shake it for, I'd say, up to half an hour, which sounds like a lot of work, but it's better than, dying of dehydration. That's kind of an unusual situation. Under normal circumstances, if you were traveling in a foreign place like Mexico or India, which is foreign for me because I'm from Vancouver, you could put this in your water, stir it probably less vigorously for 15-20 minutes, and you'd kill any foreign bacteria that otherwise might cause stomach upset. So that would be a finished product application, but the industrial application is more profound. And as this year unfolds, 2006, we have people testing in different parts of the world how it can purify water on a larger scale. Today in many countries, such as India, where it's hot, and same with Mexico, people are buying liters of water. But even in North America, where it's not as hot, it can get pretty warm here in the summer, and bacteria grows in the water right in the plastic containers. And the less bacteria we ingest, the healthier we are. So this product, we have been able to put it into water in small amounts, like 500 parts per million or even less, and keep unhealthy bacteria out of the water. And so it's very cost effective. In fact, in large volume, we've been able to keep the cost down, even in small volume, under a nickel a liter, and can go even to half that in larger volume. The product has a slightly sort of citrusy taste, a bit lemony, because it comes from citrus fruits in addition to other products, as I mentioned. But the citrus component is lemon and oranges, as well as others. To overcome this taste in large-scale water manufacturing, we would recommend the use of strawberry and kiwi fruits, which our experiments have shown buffer that slight taste and make a really delicious drink. So this will stabilize the water for a long period of time, prevent bacterial growth, so that water can be taken from one place to the other. It'd also be very good for storage of water. And so we believe that this product in the use of industrial water purification is very profound. Also, if individuals are given the concentrate, which again we call Nutra OPA, in a small bottle, they can travel with it and make their own liters, as I mentioned. This product, Nutra Organic Plant Acids, that has been invented by this incredible inventor called Saskia Cipolleti from the United Nations, is very effective as a preservative. Now, I'm John Randall. I mentioned before I've been involved for 35 years in researching natural medicines, and this Nutra Organic Plant Acid product, which consists of glycerin, citric acid, ascorbic acid, and table salt, will preserve anything. Now that's a really bold claim, and I think that it deserves a little bit of detail. Elsewhere I've mentioned it preserves water, but it will also preserve skincare. Now we've been using since 2004 as a preserver for all our skincare, and we make spa skincare. Generally in the world, methyl and propylparaben are used to preserve skincare. They're synthetic molecules, and there's some concern, of course, today that we're having too many synthetic molecules around us. Therefore, it'd be better to replace methyl and propylparaben and other synthetic molecules with a natural preservative. Our company had spent over 15 years looking for a natural preservative, particularly between the years of 1995 and 2004. We were really looking, and we found some, but they didn't seem to really work that well. We could preserve skincare for a year. But when we used the Nutra Organic Plant Acids that we now call Nutra OPA 20, we found that the product has worked perfectly and would extend the life of the skincare for over 2 years. The reason for that, explained by the inventor, the retired UN scientist Saskia Cipolleti, is that it's a broad spectrum product. It works on fungi, bacteria, which is of course the main thing for skincare. Also in the internal medicine side of things, it works on influenza and viruses. So because it's very broad spectrum and very stable, it's able to preserve any type of skincare. So we've begun to contact skincare companies, and we're looking for distribution worldwide now as we continue into the year 2006. We're setting up for international distribution to supply skincare companies with a natural alternative to chemicals. However, there's other applications to this product as a preservative. It could preserve aloe vera juice, cranberry juice, pomegranate juice, any jam, toothpaste, any substance that is in liquid, a gel, or a cream form can be preserved with this product. It's affordable, it's edible, and it's healthy. So the worldwide implications of this are huge, because the world today, for the most part, is looking for non-chemical sources of ways to preserve all these different types of things.